Our parts are painted. We are ready to begin assembling. I'm going to start with the front end and get the frame assembled, and then we'll move to the cab and get the rest of this going. The trickiest part of the entire assembly process is putting this front end on once you've taken it off. If you hadn't seen it before, drill out these holes so you got all the glue and paint out of them, and that makes this entire process way easier on you. See how easily that snaps into place? That is a best practice. I use a 5/64 bit to drill out these 4 holes. I normally only put glue in opposite corners. I'm not going to play with this. It's going to set on a shelf, so I'm not concerned about it coming apart. Next, I'm going to put in my engine. I'm test fitting first. I use the same 5/64 bit to drill out these 2 holes and this one as well. There is another pin right here. You can use a bit to drill out the paint and glue in that hole also. When I begin assembling the hood, I like to take a black paint pen and give this part behind the grille a little color. I also took a bit and drilled out that hole here and this hole, so the pins, if they're still there of course, if the pins are still on that grill, they'll fit in there much easier. That's all the assembly for the hood. I'm going to set it off to the side to let it dry. Next thing I'm going to do is put in this window in the passenger side door. Do not be surprised if you need to take a file or a knife and clean off some paint from this assembly. You can use a knife, you can use a small file, anything to just make sure that this has got a nice clean surface to go into the passenger side door. One thing I would caution you to is not to force the window in. What will happen is, if you have to force it, a lot of times you'll chip paint on the inside and you can scuff up the outside of this by pushing too hard. If it doesn't go easy, get a little file and remove some of the material on the top or the bottom of this window. What I like to do is put a dab of glue out there on where the door panel will go, and then use my knife to spread it around to the window. It doesn't need a lot, just enough to secure it while you install the door panel. Next, I like to put the door panel in, starting with the passenger side to cover up that window and hold it in place. After I get the side panel in, I want to put in this back glass. It actually works better if you start with the back glass. Use a little bit of glue to secure it in place. You can see some right inside there, and then at the bottom edge, I'm going to use a drop of Instaset so it doesn't move. Now I'm ready for the driver's side door. And now for the roof cap. I do like to go ahead and just cut these pins off. I find that it's just easier if they're not there. Also, if there's any glue residue, excess paint, scrape that off. There we go. Popped into place. Next, put our windscreen in. If you manage to keep all the pins, it'll just pop right in place. Start with the top and push down at the bottom near the windshield wipers. It'll pop into place. And then we need our tubes for the air cleaners. Next, I'm going to put on the air cleaners. I'm going to get rid of some excess glue and paint. I am going to dry fit before I use glue. I'm going to add the interior. Once the interior is popped into place, I'm going to put in the floor, start at the firewall, and then press this tab into place. Next, I'm going to put the steps on the frame. It's easier to do that when the hood and the cab are not on the frame. Also, while I'm here, I'm going to put on the fuel tanks, quarter fenders. I could add some different kind of fenders, but I like quarter fenders, and then these rear mud flaps. I like to just take my knife and make the hole just a little bit bigger. Always better when you have more room. Now the fun part, we're going to put on the cab and the hood. Something I do a little different is to use screws rather than the pins that were in the original frame. The way I do that is I use a 16th inch bit and I drill through the die cast, and I use a 172 tap and put some threads on the inside, and then I've got 172 screws to go through the hood into the frame. I also use a 5/64 bit and drill out the holes on the hood hinges. Makes the whole process a lot easier and a cleaner look, and you don't have to fight those pins to get them back in. Once I have the hood on, I'm ready to put the cab in place. Remember, we saved that screw in the bottom of that pan while we were taking it apart, so we wouldn't lose it. The original truck had 90-degree mule ears. I'm going to go ahead and put these chinos on it to give it a more California look. I'm going to position this exhaust so the bottom is in line with the bottom of the tanks. And there, the driver's side is finished. Now we're ready for mirrors, a visor, and to add the final details. I found this cool Outlaw visor in my parts bin. I'm going to add that. Now I'm ready for the mirrors. Again, test fitting first. And these were all drilled out as well, so the hole was a little bit bigger, so the pins go in a little easier. I'm going to go ahead and use a Tractor Fab deck plate because I think they're pretty cool. This is part number TF242. You can buy them on my website, rockingagefarmtoys.com. You'll notice these are all photo etched and have these little pins that hold them to this outside frame. To remove it from the frame, come in here with your side cutters, the flat-sided kind. Once you have it free, now this is all made so you can use exactly what you want. So you can dry fit and see how much of this deck plating you want to use. I'm going to use clear up to here, so I'm going to break this at 4 pieces, just like this. I'm going to test fit it once and make sure it's the way I want it. And then we can use a little bit of our glue to secure it on the frame. The final bit of detail, I want to add some color to these clearance lights and the door latches. And there, your single axle truck is completed. Any other details you can add as you wish.